Well, first at 5, the fate of more than 70 Guatemalan children, some that have been here in San Antonio, remains undecided.
The Trump administration tried to have those children deported in the middle of the night over the holiday weekend.
You saw children crying, children staring off into the void, contemplating the harm that they were expecting to meet when they were returned to those countries.
So some of those unaccompanied children were staying in a facility off of Highway 90. It is contracted by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Erica Hernandez spoke with an attorney representing some of those children about how this weekend uncertainty unfolded.
It was at this facility behind me, Compass Connections, where undocumented migrant children were being kept at. On Saturday night going into Sunday morning, they were awoken and taken out of here in the middle of the night. We spoke to their attorney about what happened.
The facilities holding these children were given approximately 2 hours to have all of the Guatemalan children ready to be discharged.
The children were then bused to Harlingen and were put into airplanes. Those planes sat on the tarmac for hours as attorneys tried to get a temporary restraining order that was officially granted by a federal judge.
These are children who are pursuing humanitarian visas, asylum.
According to Ryan, dozens of children are in the care of Compass Connections as they await their cases to go through the system or are put in temporary foster homes. Ryan says the children taken were between the ages of 13 to 17 and feared going back to Guatemala.
You saw children crying, children staring off into the void, contemplating the harm that they were expecting to meet when they were returned to those countries. They were completely different. I would say, unfortunately, what I saw were children who looked broken.
As to why these particular children were to be moved, the Trump administration says it was reuniting children at Guatemala's request with parents or guardians seeking their return. Ryan says that is simply not true. So what happens next? For right now, for at least 2 weeks, those children are being allowed to stay in the United States until this goes through the legal system and it is determined what happens next. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Meanwhile, up to 600 military and civilian attorneys will be sent to the U.S. Justice Department to serve as temporary immigration judges. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth signed off on that move. The military will begin sending groups of 150 at a time, both military and civilian attorneys. They'll be authorized by the Pentagon to temporarily preside over immigration cases. The Associated Press reports that numerous immigration judges have been fired or left voluntarily after taking resignations offered by the Trump administration. Immigration courts were already dealing with a massive backlog of about 3.5 million cases, and that number is only growing. New at 5, yet another ATM robbery. San Antonio police say they have detained 2 people this time. This happened about 1:30 this afternoon at the Chase Bank on Goliad Road near South Cross. We're told someone called police saying an employee at the ATM was being robbed. San Antonio police said one of those suspects ran off but was caught a short time later. The other suspect stayed in the vehicle and was also taken into custody. Now, this is the 3rd ATM robbery KSAT has covered in the past 5 weeks. The first one happened August 4th on South Zarzamora. Then there was one on August 27th on Southwest Military. Then today's on the southeast side on Goliad. It is unclear right now if any of these robberies are connected, but we have asked SAPD about that.
Well, the suspect in last Friday's deadly police shooting has been identified. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says that he is 41-year-old Jaime Gonzalez. On Friday, San Antonio police investigators say 3 people driving separate vehicles were arguing when a man grabbed a shotgun and started shooting into the air. That's when someone called 911. Police Chief William McManus says 5 of his officers arrived at the scene on Cherry Street and fired on Gonzalez after he says Gonzalez pointed a shotgun at the officers. The medical examiner says Gonzalez died of multiple gunshot wounds. Chief McManus said Gonzalez had a history of disturbance calls. All 5 officers are on administrative duty, which is standard procedure. By KSAT's count, this is the 10th SAPD officer-involved shooting so far this year.
New details released surrounding a deadly crash on the south side. Police say the driver was speeding when they lost control. This accident happened just before 6 a.m. Monday on Morrison Boulevard. Police say after the driver lost control, they went off the road and crashed into a metal guardrail and then a utility pole. The car then caught fire and the driver was trapped inside and died. The name of that driver has not yet been released.
Around Texas, a Houston man has been charged with murder for allegedly shooting and killing an 11-year-old boy who was playing a prank.
Leon Gonzalo Jr. was accused of shooting that boy in the back as he was running away. This happened Saturday when investigators say that boy and several other kids were playing pranks on neighbors by ringing their doorbells and running off.
Gonzalo reportedly chased after the boy and shot him. The victim died at a hospital on Sunday. Gonzalo was booked into the jail this morning. Well, vape pens that contain THC and other hemp-derived cannabinoids like Delta-8 are now illegal to sell in Texas. The new law banning their sale went into effect yesterday. So the law makes it a Class A misdemeanor to market or sell any vape that contains cannabis, regardless if the active ingredient is legal under state or federal law. The penalty is up to 1 year in jail and a fine of up to $4,000. Supporters of the law say the goal is to keep the pens out of the hands of teenagers. Now, while selling the THC vape pens is against the law, possessing them is not.
So this is what millions of Texas students saw in their public school classrooms today, the 10 Commandments. The poster that you just saw there is in classrooms throughout the South San ISD. It's the result of a new state law requiring public school classrooms to display the 10 Commandments, but not everyone's on board here. Opponents argue that it violates the First Amendment, but supporters believe it will promote good behavior among students. There have been legal challenges to this new law, but the South San superintendent told us he doesn't want the controversy to overshadow the district's main purpose.
My focus right now is on educating students and building capacity with their teachers to make sure that our district performs where it should be and where it needs to be.
The law went into effect yesterday, but not all school districts have to comply right now. We mentioned that legal challenge. Well, 11 school districts don't have to post the 10 Commandments after parents in those districts successfully sued and a federal judge granted an injunction. All right, Caskey, let's get a first check of that weather. I know it's Tuesday, but we're watching the weekend already.
Well, we are, and for good reason, not just because, it's the weekend, right, coming up. But yes, we do have the possibility for some heavy rainfall this weekend. As for the rest of this week, sunny, hot, luckily not too humid. That's the key. Afternoon dew points are down a little bit, and that gives us a little bit of relief. Now, this weekend, we are watching for the potential for flooding, flash flooding in particular, that would impact travel and roadways. The exact timing? Well, that's still up in the air. Saturday or Sunday. At some point, Saturday or Sunday, we're anticipating the likelihood of some heavy rain to kick in. Now, here's what we're watching, and it's actually in the tropical Pacific. This is just west of Mexico. This is the new tropical storm. Lorena got the name earlier today. Max sustained winds of 50 miles per hour. This is going to arc northward and then make landfall, most likely as a Cat 1 hurricane or tropical storm on the western coast of the central Baja Peninsula. Now, remember, whenever these interact with land, they lose their energy, they get kind of sheared apart, and they don't have their fuel source to remain tropical. But what they do is they also have remnant rain-making energy and upper-level moisture that we can tap into around here, and the timing would be sometime this weekend. We're going to get into more detail. I'll show you the futurecast and talk about the latest timing with this system and some of the uncertainties we're watching in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Adam. We'll see you in a few minutes. Let's take a look at TransGuide out there right now. We've been watching this issue here, I-35 South at Loop 410. Just moments before we showed you this view, a fire truck pulled away from the scene. Looks like we got a couple of cars there involved. You can see SAPD is still there with some flashing lights. Traffic slow going around this here at 35 and 410.
All right, well, Labor Day may be over, but the September sales are just getting started. The appliances and other items that you could get a great deal on next.
Coming up tonight on the news at 6, as we approach 2 months since the July 4th floods, a family in Comfort is asking people not to forget about their community. They describe what they went through that day and how they know that flood recovery is still a long road ahead.
Plus, forgetting to pay the meter could soon get more expensive in San Antonio. Why the city is looking to hike up parking tickets in the next budget. Those stories and more coming up tonight at 6.
Well, Labor Day has come and gone, and typically that is when you will see some of the year's biggest sales.
Indeed, but Consumer Report says September is still a smart time to shop and save, just as stores start switching out inventory for the upcoming fall season. If shopping wasn't on your schedule this Labor Day, no need to worry. CR says deals on some of the priciest purchases for your home don't always end when the weekend does.
A lot of these sales do stick around, especially on big ticket items like large appliances and mattresses, so you can still save even if you didn't shop over the holiday weekend.
Right now, you can snag a Queen Casper Dream for $600 less on the company's website. CR's tests show it's comfy, durable, and a standout for petite back sleepers. Another smart pick, this LG washing machine. Even at full price, it's a deal, but at Lowe's, you can save hundreds. CR says the front loader offers exceptional washing performance, along with water and energy efficiency. Suffering from the summertime blues, CR says a new season can equal saving.
As retailers are shifting into fall mode, you've got a really good opportunity to save on items that are going to carry you into the new season.
Like a battery-powered Ego leaf blower on sale at Lowe's and Amazon. Perched at the top of CR's ratings, members love that it's reliable, powerful, and easy to handle. If your favorite season is football season, this top-rated Coleman portable grill is tailor-made for tailgating or camping, and it's marked down at Amazon and Macy's. Legs with built-in wheels make it easy to take along. Ernie Zuniga, KSAT 12 News.
All right, your nominations for the SA Picks 2025 contest are in. We ask you to choose San Antonio's top businesses and who you came through. So now you can scan the QR code to see the finalists and put your votes in by September 20th. Plus, you can vote for each category once per day. We'll announce the winners later on this month.
Well, the skies put on quite a show last night. Take a look at this. A shooting star in the midst of a faint aurora borealis. Thank you. You can see the faint colors in the background, which in the shot made the shooting star kind of stand out. There it is again. The aurora borealis was visible across several northern states and parts of Canada. According to the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, this aurora borealis was due to a powerful solar storm. Over the past few years, geomagnetic storms have caused notable northern light displays.
Almost looks fake, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one view of the northern lights. We'll take a look at this. An astronaut captured a rare light show from space. Now, usually the northern lights, they've got that, greenish hue to them. But one NASA astronaut captured an amazing crimson-lined aurora orbiting Earth. Red auroras like this one only happen about 2 or 3 times during a 6-month mission at the International Space Station. That's cool.
I feel like my face is that emoji with the heart eyes.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you need a moment? You good? You good?
Well, it was a G2 level coronal mass ejection. And for us, in order to see any kind of auroras in the hill country, even through our sensitive equipment in our cameras that see it better than our eyes, has to be like a G5, G4. So we're not, don't get your hopes.
That's what I thought.
This is the time we write that down.
Yeah, okay, I'm learning.
G2.
G2. This was a G2.
Taking
and we
notes.
need a K index much higher than it is right now, but I'll be monitoring that K index.
Fair enough. Thank you, sir.
Space weather is fascinating.
Thank you, Professor.
Yeah, Professor. Should I talk like this, like I'm a professor? Remember that Friends episode? In the laboratory.
I do.
Because he sounded smarter with the accent he thought he did. Oh. Okay, anyway, I'm off track. Shocking. Okay, let's go to our rain chances here. And let's get right to it, because the next few days are going to be quiet. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, just sunny, warm, more of the same. Ho-hum is, I sometimes call it ho-hum, ho-hum. But we get into the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and right now it looks like Saturday night and into Sunday time frame for the most likely chance of the showers and thunderstorms. Right now we have a 40% chance Saturday and a 60% chance on Sunday. Here's what's causing it. Tropical storm Lorena. This is just west of Mexico right now. Now, this is going to, as I showed you earlier, peel northward and then curve east into roughly the central Baja Peninsula. the remnants of it. And what I mean by remnants, you're going to hear that a lot, is the leftover rain-making energy, the leftover deep, thick moisture in the atmosphere. I mean, we get our low-level mugginess and moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, but upper levels, we need different sources. And these Pacific systems, after they cross over the mountains of Mexico, they often have a lot of that upper level moisture still with them. So the rain-making remnants, the remnant moisture, moving into Texas, and likely even our neck of the woods. Now, here's the key. Exactly which part of our woods or which neck of the woods, that's still up in the air. I mean, you know, it's heavy rainfall in south central Texas. It's not equal opportunity, and that comes down to basically day of or day before situation. But the overall coverage of rain is going to be pretty promising across the Lone Star State. We could just have some bullseyes here and there, and that's the concern, is some of the bullseyes. Now, the timing, again, sometime over the weekend. I do have Saturday night plans outdoors. I'm not canceling it yet because the timing is likely to shift one way or the other. So it's something we're just going to keep watching and check back in for the updates. But right now, the most likely scenario is late Saturday and into Sunday. We could have some bullseyes of 5 inches or more. Okay, just like what we see with our flash flooding events around here. Exact location, of course, that's up in the air. Equal opportunity, we all have, it's a lottery ticket right there. You know, it's a rain lotto, we should call it. But the main impact would be the potential for flash flooding and even the off chance of some river flooding. There is the chance of that as well, but I think right now the primary focus would be on travel being impacted and, of course, the low water crossings and water on some of the roadways. So here's a look at the temperatures. They take a dip with those rain chances that come in Sunday. We're expecting 85 for the high temperature. Today we made it to 97, the record 104. That was set back in the year 2000. Am I dating myself when I say that?
Yes.
2000. It's
Yeah.
Conan O'Brien,
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Goes way back to some of us.
Pre-Tonight Show.
Yeah, exactly. Look it up, kids. Get on the Google. All right, so mid-90s for the most part, some upper 90s right now. Seguin 98, Lavernia 98. Now, that was a throwback to the old school, like 90s, you know, late night shows. Can you tell I'm a little distracted today? Yeah, okay, so we're well into the 90s. More of the same temperatures. Tomorrow, right near 100. 75 in the morning, 91 at noon, 99 in the afternoon highs, total sunshine. Again, near 100 and even possibly a degree or two above this work week until we get to the weekend. And the focus for the weekend is going to be timing and location. Meteorologically speaking, Saturday, Sunday is still pretty far away when it comes to any specifics. So check back for updates. This forecast will change, and we'll give you the updates as they come in.
Yeah, we'll be watching it closely. Thank you, Adam.
Are you saying we're going to have to stay in and watch NFL football all Sunday? Okay. Well, we don't have to wait that long, Larry, to see the Cowboys. Of course, they play on Thursday.
They do. They play on Thursday night at the Eagles, and CeeDee Lamb said that he's going to watch the Eagles Super Bowl banner unveiling because he wants to be motivated by that. In the meantime, Coach Shoddy, what does he plan to tell his guys right before the game? And does DeMeco Ryans of the Houston Texans, does he have a message for his rookies? Coming up.
play free. It's football.
Shoddy wants his guys to be relaxed on opening night in big board sports. The NFL regular season will kick off this Thursday night with the Dallas Cowboys at the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Both sides are all set for their 32nd primetime meeting, the most primetime matchups between two NFL teams in NFL history. Boys head coach Brian Schottenheimer, who's making his regular season debut as a head coach, was asked if he's thought about what he's going to say to his guys before the game.
No, not really. You know, I think here's the way I view this, and it's funny, I actually caught myself doing this the other day, our bonus Monday. I kind of called the team up, and I kind of got a little fiery and excited about, playing the Eagles and, prime time and all that stuff. And I went to bed that night. I was like, what are you doing? Like, you know better than that. Because honestly, the way we approach things, Todd, is every game we play is just another championship opportunity. It's just another championship opportunity. We get a chance to go out there against the Eagles. You don't get extra credit for beating the Eagles in Philly on primetime than you do for beating the Giants at noon in AT&T Stadium.
Philly will host Dallas Thursday night at 7:20. Dak and the boys are 7.5-point underdogs. And the Houston Texans, well, they'll have to wait until Sunday to kick off their season at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams lead the all-time series 4-1, and they've won the last three matchups. From top to bottom, the regular season opener is always exciting. Veterans know what to expect, but how about the rookies playing in their first regular season contest? So what will head coach DeMeco Ryans tell his rooks?
The message is, it's really simple. Like, you played football before. Don't overthink it. Like, you play football since, I always say, guy, you played football since you were like 6 years old. So just because it's now your first time in the NFL, I tell our guys, somebody has to be Rookie of the Year. Somebody has to go out and play well as a rookie. Someone will. Why is it not you? So get rid of all the rookie jitters, all the most, like, go play ball, go do what you've been trained to do your entire life, and that's have fun playing football. You do that, block out all distractions, do what you've been taught to do, you'll go out and play well.
The Texans will play at the Rams Sunday at 3:25 in the afternoon, and LA is favored by 2.5 points. Guys?
And Matthew Stafford is playing in that game?
Yep.
Okay. We
There
shall
you
see.
go.
Larry, thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
San Antonio is growing and changing, and as it does, one local business owner wants to put a focus on downtown to make sure that the Alamo City stays around for small businesses for time to come. Join us tomorrow morning on GMSA.
You can catch more coverage of stories like that one on GMSA Plus every weekday beginning at 7 a.m. any way that you stream.
And here's a look at what's coming up tonight on ABC Primetime from 7 to 9. It's Bachelor in Paradise. Thank you. And at 9, it's High Potential. Then join us, of course, for the night beat at 10 o'clock.
Adam.
It's referred to as BIP to those of us.
Oh, Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah,
Excuse
BIP.
me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's BIP. It's BIP. Thank you
2
very
hours
much.
of BIP.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
binge the BIP.
Okay.
All right, so you can tell quiet weather the rest of this week. I'm just kind of gearing up for the weekend when some heavy rain, potentially, flash flooding rain could greet us again. So that's what we're watching really closely. The timing, it's very uncertain. It all hinges on this tropical storm that just formed and where the remnant rain-making moisture and energy exactly sets up. But we could have some bullseyes of 5 or more inches at some point over the weekend.
Oh.
All right, Jonah, congrats on your first day of kindergarten.
Oh,
Hey, yeah,
that's a big milestone. I love it. Thanks for watching the news at 5.